All right, y'all, this is what we got. I found this shitty Walmart paddle, kayak paddle. You know, it's got this sweet little curve to it. Kind of a nice shape. We're gonna try it. I've got it river fine, found it on the bottom of the river. Cut it down 57 inches. We got this T-grip off of this donor paddle and this shaft. Turns out this thing is a little bigger, but this is a piece I cut off of this guy and it fits down in there pretty nice. This is what initially went in there, so we're going to put all this together, put a little rivet in it, call it a day. I'm going to do that and we'll see what we got. So we ended up with whole thing. You know, tell me what you think. I'm curious. I don't know. This paddle in particular has the little index right here for your lower hand. See? I don't know if we can see it very good. You can see it there. So, feels pretty good. You know, 57 inches is what I went with. I'm digging that paddle length. Quite a bit less surface area than your standard Carlisle situation. I don't know if it's quite a bit, but it's definitely less. You know, kind of hard to tell on that one. Here we go. Paddle here, so you know we're definitely losing a little surface area, but may not matter what we're trying to do. You know, so that's the one that I'm thinking of right now. But digging through my stuff, I saw this guy. This little kid's Walmart, comes with your little janky raft, makes a kayak, comes out here. Look at that shape. You know, I don't think this was deliberate in any way whenever they made this paddle. I think this is just like, they were like, let's make a paddle, and somebody's like, yeah, let's do it like this. And but what if we made it bigger? You know, what if we did it same sort of situation, but out of this whole blade, or even, you know, maybe just wider? Y'all tell me what you think, because I'm curious. You know, and then I bought this. It's a roll of carbon fiber cloth and resin and whatnot, and I think I'm gonna build the whole effing paddle. You know, this was pretty cheap, a little bit more expensive than fiberglass, but I wanted to play with it. I kind of want to make a blade out of it and see how strong it is. I don't know that it's smashing it, which is something we do a lot. I don't know if that's going to hold up, but we'll try. We're going to need a mold of something. I'm kind of thinking I like this. What do y'all think? You know, maybe going to abandon this kind of idea. I've put a lot of thought into it. It's like, I don't know that it won't work, but you know, I don't know, maybe we'll give it a little try. I feel like I'm more digging a scooped type shape, maybe even a little more spoon shape than that. I don't know if we want spoon. Y'all tell me what you think. You know, this kind of reminds me of a sup paddle. Like I said, this is just a cheap Ozark Trails kayak, little raft grandkids had. Popped the first few times we played with it. I don't know why these paddles stuck around. I've also got a couple broken kayak paddles buried in the snow out there. Whenever the snow melts off, we'll revisit that situation. Trying to build a few of these. We'll see how it goes. You know, the shaft I think is going to be pretty easy to build with the fiberglass. I'm going to need some sort of a mold. You paint it with release agent. Do whatever you're gonna do, roll it up like a big old doobie or something. I don't really know. I've watched a bunch of videos. We'll vacuum it out if that has to be done, and then we'll you know, hopefully be able to slide the tube out and have a fiberglass shape. And I was hoping to do that with the somewhat of a trapezoidal or some sort of indexing. integral indexing with that. We'll see. Y'all tell me what you think about this, because we're moving forward. Seems like we're not, but we definitely are. I have a whole pile of paddles and a few more ideas, but you know, this is my standard OG. And then this is the one that kind of was together. The shaft made sense. It even comes apart, but it's seized up. Like I said, I found this one on the bottom of the river. And we just throw a T-grip on there, shitty T-grip that got dragged down the road. I don't know, this is a righty. I wonder what the pride's gonna be like, but you know, maybe the speed of this thing will get us there, and being able to, I don't know. We'll see. My wave's pretty low right now. The lake's got ice on them, barely any, but enough that I can't boat, and been busy with life and haven't had a chance. So yeah, y'all tell me what you think about this. You know, even about this one. Should we move on with this one? Should we even try? It'd be pretty easy to kind of make this little wing out of fiberglass, or even out of this carbon fiber, and, you know, slap another shaft on there and see if it even works. You know, we're not able to do the vertical paddle strokes all the time. I feel like I'm leaning out a lot and at an angle, and at something without a square corner, you know, which this has a square corner. So I don't know. But then you've got these, you know, so it's like this doesn't have a square corner, but not as drastic as this one. Yeah. Let me know. Y'all have a good day.